Hi folks. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of what's currently taking place in Hong Kong, where the young people and a lot of other people are standing up to commie tyranny and been demonstrating for the past couple of months, suffering under the brutality of the commie-led police force. Well, two young individuals from Hong Kong traveled to Geneva, Switzerland to address the United Nations Human Rights Council. Now, I don't know why anyone goes to the United Nations Human Rights Council, because the United Nations in its totality is worthless. But enjoy this video of this young lady from Hong Kong attempting to get her message across to this worthless organization.
International Career Support Association, you have the floor.
Thank you, Vice President. With reference to a statement of OHCHR on 13th August and UN human rights experts on 12th of September, as a Hong Kong citizen, I would like to highlight the situation of human rights violations by state actors in Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong police have engaged in excessive and inappropriate use of less lethal weapons such as expired tear gas against civilians. Protesters, activists, and journalists have been physically assaulted by the police.
Point of order. China, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. I think that you just remind all the speakers that we're under item 6 general debate, which I think that all of the speakers, their content of the speech should be focused on item 6 related issues. So I kindly request you to remind the speaker to follow your guidance on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, and please, I would really appreciate if the speaker would speak under the agenda item 6, Universal Periodic Review, and focus the statement on the process of the UPR. You have the floor back.
Thank you, Vice President. Protesters, activists, and journalists have been physically assaulted by the police. They have been subjected to hate speech, arbitrary arrest, and torture. 46 cases of alleged sexual abuse and exploitation.
Point of order by China. China, you have the floor.
Madam Vice President, I think that we all know that how the Council should work on the different agendas. I think that maybe people can make their relevant speech on the different agenda instead of, to abuse different items.
Well, I will give the floor back to the speaker under the understanding that under all agenda items we can, the speakers can refer to specific situations, but in the context of the specific items. So I would kindly ask the speaker once again to refer in particular to this in her speech to the issues relevant to agenda item 6, Universal Periodic Review. You have the floor back.
With reference to the UPR of China under the Hong Kong section, I would like to highlight the police brutality happening in the city right now. Hong Kongers are now fighting for the rights that's enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, particularly on the freedom from torture, inhuman and degrading treatment by the police, and the freedom of assembly, opinion and expression. We shall never surrender to encroachment on our rights and freedoms. Our situation is a reminder to the world of the fragility of freedoms and this uphill.
On the point of order, China, you have the floor.
Madam Vice President, unfortunately, I think that the speaker did not follow your guidance on this. In this regard, I kindly request you to give the chance to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, but I would say that the speaker has referred to the UPR process. Given that also the specific situations are part of the UPR process, and that most of the speeches actually that we have heard here are somehow connected with the particular situations. If we can understand, I would of course expect from the speaker to keep the rest of her remarks limited very much closely to the UPR process. So I will try for once again to give floor back to the speaker under the understanding that this will be strongly linked with the UPR process. Otherwise, I will be obliged not to allow the continuation of this speech. So you have the floor. Please refer to the UPR process.
Thank you very much, Vice President. In light of the compelling documentation of the ongoing human rights violations in Hong Kong, we ask the Council to launch an investigation on grave and widespread human rights violations by the government against its citizens, and to assign relevant thematic special rapporteur in engaging with the investigation of the situation in Hong Kong.
Eritrea, is it on the point of order? You have the floor.
Madam Chair, thank you so much for giving me the floor. Well, I think there were a guidance, and we all stick to the general nature of the UPR, and we're referring to a general situation where NGOs could be allowed to refer to some kind of pointers that can happen within the UPR, within the framework of the UPR. But I can see that it's a focus, like a debate on item 4, and I would like to ask you to stop the speaker on this point of order. Thank you.
Thank you for these remarks. My understanding is that the issues that the speaker is referring to has been mentioned under specific recommendations within the UPR process. In this context, I will give Cuba. Point of order. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Señora Vicepresidenta.
Madam Vice Chair, my delegation is very concerned with the development of this discussion. In this Council, we have heard about the efficiency and methods of work of the Council. This is an important, extremely important topic, namely the UPR, which has been under-discussed, and addressing topics that are not connected with the UPR and its reports of countries before view is simply abusive of the speaking time. So my delegation agrees and supports the delegation of Eritrea, which has requested that the representative of the NGO using the floor be deemed to have disobeyed the speaking instructions and have the floor taken away. This is an abuse of the floor and abuse of speaking time, Madam Chair. Madam President, thank you.
Thank you very much. With due respect and with understanding for your concerns, and with the wish that we end up this issue in the most efficient manner, I will give floor back to the speaker for 7 seconds to finish her remarks, strictly connected with the Universal Periodic Review. You have the floor.
Thank you, Vice President. With reference to the UPR and under the Hong Kong-China part, I would like to point out that in the UPR it is stated that there is police brutality that could be investigated.
Well, as you saw, the young lady was interrupted numerous times by Communist China and or their vassal client states, not wanting her to get her message across to this worthless organization. The United Nations is worthless because it's controlled by China, dictators, despots, thugs, and perverts. So why anyone goes there to get their message across, I have no idea. It baffles me. The only thing I can think of is they know they're not going to get anywhere with the United Nations because of those people I mentioned. But most likely they're there to continue to give hope to the people in the country and their region that they're representing at the United Nations. But once again, it's a worthless organization dominated by commies, thugs, despots, perverts, and gangsters. God bless that poor lady. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.